Hello, class. By now, you should have been looking at assignments 2 and 3 on Blackboard. And through those assignments, I just want to tell you that there's some things I think that are essential to be a good hands-on inquiry-based teacher. Um, when you read the article on why some teachers may choose not to, two of the reasons, was the amount of work that it involves, and also chaos. Can be a little noisy in the classroom. So I'm a firm believer for you to be successful, you need to think of ways to facilitate, to coordinate, and to save you time and ways to save you work. Not that you're lazy, but if you try to do a hands-on, inquiry-based activity every day with all the materials that those usually entail, you could wear yourself out. So you gotta get your kids to help you if you can. Now, I use this sometimes in our class when I'm in a face-to-face class that seems to work well. I would say it works well for messy activities, activities that are really messy. If it's an activity that doesn't necessarily require everybody doing something, it's probably not that effective. And I don't think it's going to work too well in the early grades like kindergarten, first grade, second grade. It'd be tough for third grade, but I think from grades 4 and on up, this works fine. So let me show you. This is described, I think, in the reading that you have on the assignment 3, but I want to give you some clarification. I actually made this morning. I have some at school, and I didn't feel like driving to school, so I put this together. This is what I use. I don't want to push this. You may use, they have something called pocket charts. I've seen something that's going to make it easy for you to do your job as a good science teacher. So it's very simple what I've made. If you can get your 2 vinyl LP albums, because I have one on the front and back here. And I've actually had Velcro where you can change your jobs up some if you have different titles. But let's say it's that first observation activity I give you with the milk, the detergent, the food coloring. You got to put milk in pans. It's just potentially an activity that could wear you out if you had to do all the work. So something you could do to help reduce your work. You're in a group of 4. Number your cells, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how you would start. So everybody gets a number. And then you go over the jobs. You have to do this several times. This is my favorite job. You have one of your kids come up to the supply table to get the materials. Why do you do it this way? And rather than having all the kids come up, you got a bottleneck, you got a mess. But if you can get one from each group to come up and get the materials, you need a materials gatherer. You also need this one, which is a favorite, and a lot of kids don't like to do this, is the cleanup person. But you got this milk in a pan. You need somebody to help you get it all cleaned up and put up, get the pans washed out. So the cleanup person. Now I've done this in class several times, and I've done this with middle graders. It works great. Usually most activities require some recording of information, recording of observations, recording of data. This person, I would also be the one that asks questions. You don't want all your group members giving you questions. That'll wear you out if everybody in the group gives you questions. You tell this person, first you make sure nobody in the group doesn't know the answer to the question. And this person is the one that raises their hand and you come by and you find out what their question is. Then you have the team leader. This is probably the easiest job, and that's the purpose of the wheel. It also, you don't have to keep up with who does what each time and change it up. The wheel changes it up for you. I mean, you have to get a little honesty here. But the way this works is everybody's numbered, and you spin it. Hopefully it won't. There we go. So if you're number 1, you're the recorder. If you're number 2, you're the team leader. If you're the 3, you're the cleanup person. If you're number 4, you're the materials gatherer. So everybody has a job. It really works well. I've got another activity where you count seeds and watermelons. This would be a great one. Oobleck. Oobleck, if you've ever done anything with Oobleck, it's messy, ideal type activity where you would use this wheel to clean up the Oobleck. I guess that's my main concern, is getting things cleaned up. Also, my concern is that not everybody runs up to the table to get the materials. One person from each group can do that. So it works good for a 4-person. I've actually got a 3-person wheel here. And I cut out the team leader because I'm not too big on that job. But you got the essential jobs: the cleanup person, a materials gatherer, and a recorder. And it's the same type thing. It's like a peace symbol here. Spin it. If you're in a group of 3, there would be the jobs. Oh, I got that too wide. 2 people are doing recording, so I need to rework this one a little bit. I made this real quick this morning, so this one I need to, you got to make it where 2 people don't have the same job. So that's called a Cooperative Wheel. I invented that like about 30 years ago when I was teaching, because I just didn't, wear you out trying to do all the work yourself. Basically, you need 2 LP albums, you need a bolt, a nut, and some washers. This one needs a few more washers. It would spin better if it had some more washers. And this should help you answer the question 5 in assignment 3. There are good things and there's some things that aren't great about this particular item. Thank you.